First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the New York Jets. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Darnold from the red zone now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Patriot! Patriot! Watch him now, Barney!
A give to Bell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Over!
Now Bell. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Watch him now, Barney!
He'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Knight. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Knight being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Crowder now to return. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in position. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Patriot! Patriot!
Darnold from the gun. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gone! Leopard! Leopard!
On first down, it's Darnold. Goes underneath for Bell. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go #1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to #3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead, they got sudden Sam Darnold, and I think the Jets fans are going to be very happy to have him.
That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Play action. It's Darnold. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Lions heading out, coming off a 9-7 finish a season ago. Another year without a playoff victory. And we said it last season, Charles, unbelievable. They've won only one playoff game since the 1957 NFL championship game back when you were in high school.
Junior high.
And that one win was way back in January of 1992.
They do have optimism, though, because this team has been building. And I thought that their draft of 2018 signaled that they really want to help their magnificent quarterback, Matthew Stafford, and take the pressure off of him to produce 5,000-yard passing seasons, because they drafted Kerryon Johnson, a running back out of Auburn, and in free agency, got LeGarrette Blount, which signals to me that they want to play a little brute force football. They want to batter some people and take the ball out of the hands of Stafford so often. If they can do that, that'll allow them to slug it out with Green Bay and Minnesota for maybe a division title in the NFC North. And last but not least, you know who they beat in 57?
Who?
The Cleveland Browns. 2 teams trying to get back to their former glory.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. throwing on first down. Knight out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Knight. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw on 2nd down, Knight. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Over!
Now a handoff. Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Looking to throw. Knight. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll come out in the pistol. Operating from the gun. Knight stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. Kerryon Johnson better hold on to that football. That's the first touchdown of his NFL career as they have taken the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
All right, now,
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff
56.
team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'll be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
3-19. Gone.
On first down, Knight dumping it off for Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. On second down, Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Lions had the fewest third down conversions on the ground in the NFL in 2017. What will they do here on third and short? They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Watching now, Barney.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Knight. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. On 4th down, Darnold. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
To the air again, Darnold. That's complete right around the 8. That there, the first NFL touchdown pass for Sam Darnold, as his guys have now moved out in front.
And he's got to absolutely be sky high right now. The first touchdown pass in the NFL, the first of what should be many, many more. But 57 of them in 2 seasons as a starter at USC, none as sweet as that one right there for Sam Darnold. Hello, NFL, I'm here.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing on first down. Knight forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That's a nice run by Kerryon Johnson, the rookie out of Auburn who went in the 2nd round to the Lions. And Brandon, you have to give Lions credit. They keep trying to find that running back that can be dependable for them so they don't have to use Theo Riddick, who's more of a 3rd down back, as their primary ball carrier.
They're certainly hoping to find it in Johnson, the 2017 SEC Player of the Year. Inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Back to throw. Knight, and that is incomplete here. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing on third and long. Knight steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Detroit!
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Johnson, and he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Knight underneath for Johnson. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now it's Crowder. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit. Gone.
Darnold now to throw. Anuno's got it, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 3 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
Now Darnold. Caught by Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Gone!
Now it's Darnold. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Darnold. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They begin the drive with Johnson. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. It's caught outright, Amendola. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Right back to him on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Back there to that Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Looking to throw on second down. Knight buying time to his left. Incomplete. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this. Overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Knight. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Pushing his way through. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. The give is to Bell. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want. The right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run with a second-year man from Louisiana, Elijah McGuire. Fights free at the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Patriot.
They come out here in the eye.
Gun. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Jets,